Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's alright. I've not got much energy and I don't feel particularly jazzy or anything, but I thought I wanted to do a little video before tomorrow. Just because there's a solar eclipse tomorrow and they're probably not as rare as people think they are. But, you know, they're rare enough. I think this is like an annular one, so I'm guessing that means yearly, and I think they come in pairs. And we had the lunar eclipse a couple of weeks ago, and so tomorrow is the solar eclipse, and so it's exciting me massively for some reason. And I've got this experience that I've got somewhere in my memory bank of there being an eclipse when I was a kid, and us going out on the road because all the light was red, everything was red all around. A bit like my ginger hair. Look, I fucked up on my hair dye so bad. And the back, I've got a big yellow stripe. I'm so tragic. Anyway, fuck it. But yeah, everything was all red and misty, and it felt amazing. And I feel like all the neighbours are out on the street, and it was like such a brilliantly weird moment that I've got memories of. Anyway, so I'm like, and it's going to happen about 10 o'clock in the morning over here, I think, and it's going to be quite visible in the northern hemisphere. So I'm just dead excited. So obviously it's sun and moon, isn't it? So this is gonna look like 666 Illuminati. But we've got sun and moon, and so there's the sun, and tomorrow the moon's gonna pass over it, so you get like the ring of fire thing. So I'm fucking jazzed, and I've told everybody I know today, I'm like, go outside at 10 o'clock. Should have a look. But although it's funny because like in the Vedic sort of tradition, they don't look at it. They say don't look at the eclipses. The energies are so powerful and to go inwards, but I always do the opposite of what I'm told, so I'm going to be gorming at it. I'm filming it probably, and I'm going to put a little clip in here actually, 222, while I remember, because I was outside earlier trying to get my ginger skin brown. I'm so fucking sunburned. I wish I could show you my legs, but I won't. But like, look at my arms. Actually, they don't look that bad there, but fucking hell, you could fry bacon on my legs. Oh my God. I didn't think I had much to say, but I've fucking cheered myself up already. And it's making me think about, I listened to a bit of a live stream last night, and this guy, like, sometimes I like listening to him, but I won't listen for, too long or anything. But and he starts saying last night, oh, I won't even work with anybody who has not been a vegan or a vegetarian or whatever for 18 months. And like, really, at the deep down essence of it, I get it. Like, I don't eat meat anymore. Like, I had an awakening about that. I had this I've probably told it 10 times on here, but I've got some new subs, so I'll tell it again. I had this dream where my daughter went missing, like a lucid dream. And in my dream, nobody was running around looking for her, and people were just stood still, and my dad was next to me, and he wouldn't move, and for some reason, I bit his neck. Anyway, and then and there was blood and shit, and I said flesh, and I spat it on the floor in the dream. I woke up from the dream, and it was actually the first time that I'd realised the connection between meat and flesh. It's like flesh and blood. And anyway, but my point is, like, good God, like, I would never be so bloody judgmental of people's decision. It's like, I think I've said before, like, if you really, really think about it, it's like, I don't think we should be eating animals, like, as a collective, as a humanity. Or maybe some people should, or maybe some tribes should, whatever, like, but I don't think we should be just doing it for fun and greed, like freaking Henry VIII, it seems like a backwards way to live. I definitely don't fancy Bill Gates's freaking ants. Is that what he's doing? Ants. Oops. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh crap. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble here because this is this is Mark's booth, and he's had oh shit. Hello. He's had some things. He's tidied his room out, basically. Shit. I just hung the light up there so I didn't have to fuck about. Now it's fallen off. He's got drone shit everywhere. It looks pretty cool. Oh, God. What am I like? Kids have just gone to bed and I've just had quite a large joint of cannabis. So that could be some of it as well. Oh god, it does feel good to laugh though, doesn't it? But yeah, anyway, like this is a thing. It's like the more and more sort of like judgmental our beliefs become and separating and dividing. It's like now, I think now is the time that like nobody should really give a shit what anyone else is doing as long as they're doing the best they can and they feel good about stuff, you know. I don't think it makes a fucking blind bit of difference. I remember doing this video a few years ago moaning about this when people are talking about you know, people who were going to be raptured or the good Christians or who was going to be going to hell or not raptured, and this, God knows what I was listening to. But I remember thinking to myself, imagine just like some real good-hearted little old woman who's done the best she can her whole life. But, you know, maybe she eats some chicken soup, or I don't know, she likes fish and chips, or, you know, as if the exchange from death into the afterlife would be judged on that. I don't think. Anyway, so there's a full total solar eclipse tomorrow. It's a big deal. I hope it's not a letdown. Things usually seem to be, and whenever there's a big moon or anything poignant, I notice that there's always fucking cloud coverage. So hopefully it'll be clear tomorrow and bright, because it's been sunny for ages, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. I'm going to try and film it as well. And yeah, like I stare at the sun all the time, like, and you know, you're told not to, aren't you? And I was looking, because I was looking at the solar eclipse, if it was, you know, what do you call it, advertised, yeah, through mainstream media, through news, if it was advertised. And it was like, oh yes, it's very, very dangerous to look at it. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, it actually heals you and feeds your soul and your body with like what feels like fucking good ass prana. Do you know what I mean? It's just so good. It's amazing. And yeah, and it makes me feel amazing to look at the sun during and after. Obviously you can't overdo it for too long, but I sometimes ponder whether that, you know, it's like there's such paranoia around symbols and symbology and Illuminati and 33 and all this, and it does make me laugh sometimes, because I think that it's only our own paranoia that attaches these fear frequencies to neutral concepts and innocent origins of things that we've tainted as the ages have gone on, and who knows. But anyway, so I'm excited for this solar eclipse tomorrow. So have a look if you're in England. It should be about 10 o'clock in the morning, I think, according to Stellarium. But supposedly it might just look like a crescent moon of fire, as opposed to a ring of fire. But we'll see. But so yeah, so it's sun and moon, and for an eclipse it's always joined by Rahu or Ketu, which in the Vedic mythology is the head and tail of the dragon. in science mainstream solar system mythology, probably. They, it's the lunar points, it's the nodal points apparently on the orbital path of the sun and the moon where they meet. In the Vedic, mythology again, and in the astrology, they're seen as like shadow planets. And when I've looked at especially lunar eclipses and you see the sort of red go over it, I've been like, that's got to be Rahu or Ketu, the shadow planets. And so anyway, tomorrow it's with Rahu, which kind of blows everything up. It's sort of or can be the more destructive end of the dragon. And there's also Mercury's going to be there, and Mercury's in retrograde at the moment, which means moving backwards. And Mercury's communications and internet and commerce and all sorts of things, speech. So it's like that energy going backwards and sitting within that blast of the, oh, for fuck's sake, I'll just carry on like this. What's the fucking point? Especially when you're stoned, what is the point? But it's going to be a big day tomorrow. Oh, it's popped back on. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at it anyway. And it's in the nakshatra, which are the lunar mansions. So I'm just in the middle of finishing this painting off. And I'm doing it like true sidereally, which matches up with stellarium and matches up with what you see in the sky. So the signs that you see are different sizes. And I've got a fucus there as well, which is in the sky and does cross the ecliptic, which for me makes it, it's just sort of like the other part of Scorpio, really, if you look. And you can see that Taurus and basically they're all different sizes. I can't hold that up and concentrate. But anyway, the eclipse tomorrow is going to be at the last third of Taurus up there in the nakshatra called Mrigashira. And so the nakshatras are basically, instead of using the zodiac, which is the constellations of Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Ophiuchus, which they wouldn't use, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, they marked the sky in the same way, using 27 spaces of the sky where the moon goes through, one every day, lunar mansion. And each one has a certain star or a set of stars that are within that space in the sky. And they've all got different meanings and energies. And anyway, where the eclipse is tomorrow is right at the end of Taurus. Sorry, it's that way, isn't it? And just going into Gemini there. So it's sort of like, yeah, the myth apparently behind Mrigashira, it's called the Star of Searching. And the story is that the moon is a man. I think he's called, I think it's something like Chandra, but I might be way off there. But so the moon is a male deity, and he travels around to these 27 different wives, which are these 27 areas of the sky signified by certain stars. So anyway, up here in Mrigashira, which is part of Taurus, part of Gemini, it's where Orion's belt is. That's the stars that are within that spot that signify it. And anyway, the story is that the moon's favourite wife was this one, Rohini, and I think Rohini's dad, which might have been this might, fuck knows, I saw 1444 then. Anyway, basically, Rohini was getting chased by her own dad in lust, which is obviously gross as fuck. So she turned herself into a deer and ran away. Apparently, I think he turned himself into something and chased after her. But it's apparently it's like it's the star of searching, or could be chasing, and again the deer signifying always going forward, eyes open. Could be the energy of neurosis as well, because it's the stability of Taurus moving into the the inventive, fast thoughts of the air in Gemini. So, but yeah, so in Vedic astrology, like, eclipses are not necessarily a good thing. It's like the energies are so shaky, and I felt it. And it's felt like a time to go inward, and I know it is as well. And it's interesting. I've been reading books, and I've been reading a lot of old shit. Like, I'm reading the Yoga Sutras now, and it's so interesting. Just like to think that these things were written in Sanskrit, like 2,000 years ago. And by the way, there's writings of nakshatras, how they used to measure the sky, using these spaces and the stars as signifiers, 10,000 years ago. It's fucking incredible, isn't it? So it's like, these are the signs and the symbols in the sky. And I sometimes ponder as well, because someone was asking on one of my sky videos yesterday, like, do you think this is natural or unnatural? And it's like, it's a mix of both, but I would wonder what the stars and planets do to our atmosphere when it's daytime and, we can't see them because the sun's so bright. Everything's still there, isn't it? But anyway, so it's an exciting time. So this is Scott's chart. So the eclipse is happening in his 10th house of career and profession. So maybe he's going to have a big shift in that. Who knows? Maybe he'll... I'm hoping he's going to win the lottery and retire, actually. I'm like, early retirement. Oh, dear. But anyway, yeah, so where the eclipse is in your own chart, and, they'll all your planets will be in different places, will signify what area of your life that you might be feeling the shift in. But... so Mercury is going to be retrograde there as well. And I think, what else is going on? Everyone keeps... By the way, this is not Western tropical astrology. So if you're expecting like a tour... what would this be saying? They'd be saying Gemini eclipse, wouldn't they? Yeah. But yeah, so... I don't know. The moon's involved a lot. My personal chart is ruled by the moon, and I'm fascinated by the moon, but potentially more affected by it than I realise. And I've felt shaky for weeks, and I felt like I've been hiding, and I'm really in need and ready for a change, and I can feel it coming, and hopefully it's going to come with this. But tomorrow I am going to try. I've got a nice quiet day tomorrow as well. I'm going to try and just, fuck the phone off, fuck any kind of imaginary research I want to do off, and just listen to music and meditate, and hopefully burn the back of my legs so I don't look like a fucking where's Wallow. Anyhow, so yeah, eclipse tomorrow. That's all I wanted to say, really. I've got loads of notes for different shit, but now's not the time. One more thing, if anybody's still around, and I bet they're in, because honestly, although I know one person does, or two people, bless them, thanks guys. What the fuck was I on about? One more thing. Oh god, now all in my head I can hear hey. Na 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 na. Ooh, shit, what was it? Oh, that was it. So I went outside earlier. I might have said this at the start of the video. Sorry if I did. I am pretty stoned. My eyes look wild, don't they? Oh god. I went out earlier. I was trying to get brown and getting burnt. And I said in my head, come on, I want to see something now. And I have seen like silver discs and things in the sky before, and I've even filmed them and put them on my channel before. But anyway, literally a couple of minutes later, I looked up and saw this strange thing that looked like a hologram of a plane, but tiny and just different, really super shiny. So I started filming it, and it morphed and then just disappeared. So, you know, shit's weird, isn't it, guys? And kind of exciting as well. So, I don't know. I know there's a lot of heavy astrological, energetic energies. So I think we should just pat ourselves on the back and take it fucking easy. Let's take... just giving myself a let off for the rest of the week. Let's take it easy. But honestly, go inwardly, and it's Taurus, you know, it's about resources and values, inner and outer. So, you know, I guess we can try and, I'm talking to myself, meditate on that. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. Speak soon. Bye.